This is Ilmorphosis. I got another deck
What?
profile for y'all.
What?
um, this deck profile
I
is
heard
like
cousin, so I'm involved.
it's like my main deck, pretty much. I've been working on this deck for a while. I've had some of these cards since I used to run a Machina Stun. So this is my anti-meta deck, and here's the deck list. I have 2 Decalibur Knights. I'm trying to get a third one because I want to run 3. It's gonna be. I mean, this guy went up in price. He's good. I mean, anytime your opponent activates effect of a monster, yeah, I have to tribute itself to negate and destroy a monster. So it's good against pretty much anything that has an effect that activates, like monarchs or gadgets and all that good stuff. And I'm trying to get one more. So if y'all have one, I'm happy to trade with y'all if y'all need anything from me. Whoops. Next in the lineup, I run 3 Dunnaking Ryle.
Secret.
He's good because your opponent can add cards from deck to hand. I can tribute it. I can tribute it to negate a special summon and inherit. I think it's an inherit special summon. But you can't tribute it to negate like Monster Reborn and all that stuff. So it's good against people that tinker summon a lot, and you don't have like oppression or judgment or warning. 2 Cyber Dragons.
Secret.
He's good against machines because then you can contact use for a Chimera tech. It's an easy special 21 beater that you can attack over. People might usually bottomless him, so then they'll give you another summon. I mean, there's nothing really else to say, so it's pretty much a 21 beater. 2 Fossil Dyna Falafel. I don't know how to say his last name, so then I just make
We'll
it
call him Pafa.
He's good because you probably can't special summon. I mean, it's like a Bandit's Fiend, except it doesn't need a tribute. The only bad thing is this. Then say I set it, and then your opponent special synchro special. They attack into it. Its flip effect destroys all special monsters on the field. So I mean, it's a pretty good card. Next, I run 2 Kaikus out the Ghost Destroyer.
Super.
If your opponent takes battle damage from him, I use his effect to remove from play monsters from their graveyard. So usually if I'm playing Black Wings, targeting maybe Vayu, Sirocco, so they don't get their effect, or frogs, removing their Treeborns, or anything that has good plays from the graveyard. Oops. Next, Banisher, the Radiance. Pretty much anything that's would hit the graveyard, move from play. There's really nothing to say around this one. It stops a lot of plays. Screws Light Sworns quite a bit because of JD. They need JD's summoning requirement. Screws Frogs. I mean, just removes anything out of play. Next, the usual DD Warrior Lady. Set it, they tag into it, you can move from play. You can attack big monsters with it. Even though you take damage, you can move from play. Most of the time, a lot of people set this card, so if someone knows they're playing anti-meta, and usually if they set a card, it's most likely DD Warrior Lady, and then they try to get around it, but then sometimes they can't. This next card is actually my own tech. People are actually surprised why I have this card on my deck. Like that, it's actually worked pretty good. I run 2 Penguin Soldiers in this deck. I mean, its effect, when it's flipped, I get to send 2 monster cards from the opponent's field back to your hand. So say they attack with Synchro, goodbye Synchro. I mean, I was thinking of running at 3. I mean, this deck is still in progress, but I mean, people are like, what the hell? I mean, why have a freaking Penguin Soldier? And it's helped me quite a bit. Next, 2 Effect Dealers. I might bump it down to 1. I mean, pretty much during your opponent's turn, say your opponent flips a Raikou during their turn, and then they want to destroy a card, just effect the other one, they get their effect, or I don't think they get their real effect either. I think I'm just running it at 1 and just putting the other one in my Formula Monarchs, but I already decided. And they're reprinting these hoes, so it shouldn't even be that much anymore. And my last monster, Plague. I mean, Synchro, easy Synchro. I usually make, most of my Synchros are 6s. Top deck, get an 8, like Stardust or something like that. I mean, there's really nothing else to say about Plague. I mean, it's special summon required, it's not that hard. Just top the deck. Put card on top of your deck. For the spells, I decided to run 3 Book of Moons. Reason being is like a lot of the opponents are back row heavy since heavy's gone, so if I attack into a deep prison, play a book for my hand or my back row or anything, put a monster face down if it has a low defense but high attack, like monarchs, they all have like what 1,000 defense. So I mean, yeah, it gets over pretty big stuff. I run 2 smashing grounds. Only run 2 is because Dark Hole came back. There's no reason to run 3. Pretty much destroy the highest defense monster. Usually with this card, attack into maybe a Spear Reaper or Rodentone that has high defense, mid phase 2, I'll smash it just to get it out of the way. There's nothing really there. 2 MSTs. Move back row, end phase, move so and so. I mean, there's really nothing else to say since heavy's banned. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring heavy back in March. I have 1 Pod Duality. I am trying to get a second one right now. If I get a second one, I would seriously put 2 of them on this deck. I actually put 2 of these cards in my deck. It's just really good. It helps you figure it could really change the plays of whatever you're playing. So if y'all have a second one, I will be willing to trade anything, even probably my Doom Cows, which I could probably, I wouldn't mind. And that's small spells, Monster Reborn and Dark Hole. I mean, same as my Fire Monarchs, there's really nothing else to say except, bring monster back and blow the whole field and then special or do whatever you want. Trap lineup. 3 Dimensional Prisons. I mean, your opponent attacks into me, room for play. I mean, nothing really else to say. That's all NM meta is to always have a response to something and remove all their shit from play. 2 bonus, staple, summon 15 or higher, room for play. And nothing else to say about that. Depression, pay 100 negative special summon. If I don't have Fossil Dino, I usually have this in my back row. I mean, really nothing else to say. Screws up big plays. I run 1 Starlight Road since heavy's banned. Heavy may be banned, but then you have other cards like Gazaris or Mobius or Icarus attacks and all that stuff that destroy 2 more cards, and this really comes in helpful. And it also gives me a free Stardust. Mirror Force, staple, nothing really else to say about that. You wanna know what those do. Solemn Judgment wins games, negate pretty much ending, and Solemn Warning. I ran 2 in this deck. I didn't like it just because of how much life points I was giving up, and sometimes I don't get good hands to support myself. But then now I'm thinking of running 2 again. I haven't really decided. I do not run Torrential in this deck. The reason being is because I want to keep all my monsters on the field at all times. I do not, because as long as I have monsters on the field that have effects that screw up my opponent, there's no reason to Torrential when they summon, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's my profile, guys. I mean, there's really nothing else to say except it's an Animeta deck. Everyone hates Animeta. And this deck cost me quite a bit, and I've been working on this deck for a while. So yeah, if y'all have any other Doom Cows or pots of dualities, I'm willing to trade, I don't know, maybe 2 blue Doom Cows and then something small for a pot or something, because I can easily probably get these by myself. I mean, that's my deck profile, guys. Hope you liked it.
Yay!